You mentioned Charlie, and we talked about the FBI, so this kind of made me start to combine these two. Candace Owens has been out there saying that she's the only one fighting to discover the truth and trying to poke some holes in this official story that she says has a problem. She says that the letter to the furry boyfriend that was sent by the shooter was fake. She says that the FBI is trying to sell a narrative. She said that Tyler Robinson showing up at Dairy Queen just after Asher's makes it look like he wasn't ever stepping foot on campus, that the gun is in question. What do you think of these allegations?
I don't believe anything about the official narrative they're putting out there until we see evidence of exactly what went on. And Candace, I think, is much more right about some of the things she's pointing out. Meanwhile, remember, she doesn't have access to the investigation. I'll say this, in the War Room Posse, I don't think that there's a viewer of our show, and I mean one, that believes the official narrative right now. Everybody's from Missouri here. We have to get, and this is why, give Cash and Dan enough time, but we're going to have to see this in depth. No, I don't believe this kid right now could possibly be the shooter. Of all the evidence I've seen, of at least all the videos I've watched, everything I've seen, the phony, that text messages, the guy's writing a Shakespeare sonnet. And look, I have young guys in their 20s that are actually the production team of the War Room. These guys are barely verbal, right? That generation grunts, right? Or it's because they watch so much Call of Duty or whatever. They hit it in like little bursts. Nobody sends text messages like that. It's just not. And he writes a Shakespeare sonnet when the entire world's coming in on him, and he's worried about granddad not having his gun when he just committed one of the most heinous acts in the history of this republic, and his family's going to go down in shame for eternity. Are you kidding me? No, I don't believe any of it so far, but I'm open-minded to see the
fine.
evidence.
Fair enough.
I think there's a vast conspiracy back this, and I'm not saying, I believe you've got to get down to Butler, which is we don't know anything about Butler officially. There's kind of little dribs and drabs. Butler, you don't know anything really about the Ukrainian guy. This whole thing has not been explained. I think it's Cash's number one priority.
Oh, fine, but why did he say Oval Office, Steve? He was asked next sitting as the president whether basically what I just asked, and he went off very indignant. I don't go down believing conspiracy theories. We follow the facts. Cash said that in the Oval Office. Not I'm working on it. Not I got my own theories on this. I'll get back to you. He said I don't follow conspiracy theories. I follow the fact. And Charlie was my friend, and this is the narrative. Like that sounds like I'm closing the door.
I think that at some point in time, Cash is going to have to come through with the receipts. If the receipts back that up, I think the MAGA movement will say all good. If the receipts don't back that up, and I'll be brutally frank, the receipts I've at least seen on videos and text messages and just out there in these, special forces guys analyzing everything, I don't see where the receipts are going to come to support this. But look, I'm open-minded in this, but I say one thing we have done is I think stopped local law enforcement from shutting this thing down immediately, right? Because to be brutally honest about it, I flew out, left the War Room immediately upon knowing that Charlie got shot. I got there that evening. I spent 4 days in Utah, and I was kind of shocked by what I found out. It's by far the most progressive and liberal red state out there. I don't think people know that. And it's got a real problem with LGBTQ. I saw more LGBTQ flags in Salt Lake than I saw American flags. And I went in with the impression the last time I went to Salt Lake, it's one of the most patriotic parts of the country. They have a serious problem. This guy Cox is promoted transgender ideology in the public school system, right? He's a dangerous cat and a total phony. That we already know some of these radical tranny groups like Armed Queers of Salt Lake are part of the reason that we're now investigating the Antifa, because they're Antifa affiliate, as violent terrorist groups. I think they've been named NVEs, nihilistic violent extremists, by the FBI already. So there's a lot out there, and there's a lot. I think if the FBI, or the Justice Department, when they come to bring this case, or the local authorities, because right now I don't think there's been any federal charges because they're going with the local prosecutor. You're going to have to bring the receipts. There's not one member of the War Room Posse, not one that believes the official narrative. And I love Cash. He's a brother to me. He can stand the Oval all the time and give that. It's all about the receipts. You're going to have to bring it.
Well, if you enjoyed this content, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get more.